Hi Rito, it is Saturday the 7th of October 2023 and today you are in Vancouver, specifically Sunset Beach. You flew in last night and you're staying in downtown Vancouver, which is where the majority of the time will be spent and it's where the conference you're attending is. But you explored a little bit of a place called Yaletown, had a burrito, saw the bay, very nice, and today you are off to Stanley Park. After walking in Stanley Park for about an hour, you are now at the Hollow Tree. Apparently, the oldest tree in Stanley Park. At Stanley Park, you saw a few more things, such as the totem pole. Then you took a bus to Goose Grind, which is about a 2.5 kilometer walk, but it's about 800 meters upwards, which makes it a bit hard. It took me about an hour to do, and I ran a marathon this year. Good experience, and you get this beautiful view from the top. And now you're at the Lynn Canyon Suspension Bridge, being very careful not to drop the phone. Hi Rito, it's now Sunday 8th. You are currently at the observation deck. This morning was the main reason you were here. You're presenting at Mikai, the Pituitary Vision Challenge. Gonna explore Gastown now. The next 2 days were spent at the conference, where I presented my paper on critical anatomy identification. On the final day in Vancouver, Dan and I took a small boat to Granville Island, where we strolled around celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving with the Canadian national dish of poutine and reminiscing our Japanese adventures with some sushi. The following day I flew off to America to attend a second conference at Stanford University, where I managed to sneak into a house party. I then visited the Google campus nearby in Silicon Valley in an attempt to manifest my future job. Hi Rito, it is Monday the 16th of October 2023 and today you are at Yosemite, specifically Tunnel View with an amazing view behind me. And now you are at Yosemite Fall. I've also done the most Gen Alpha American thing that I can do, which is eat a Mr. Beast chocolate bar while at the waterfall. But after the last 8 days of going to conferences from 8 AM to 8 PM, this is somewhat slightly more relaxing, although hiking for 2 kilometers is perhaps not what most people consider relaxing. The Mikai conference was the accumulation of a year's worth of research. I'm so glad it's over. I can finally decompress. Good morning, Agrito. It is Tuesday, 17th of October, and your first and final proper day in San Francisco. You are currently at the Palace of Fine Arts. Clearly, it's inspired by Greco-Roman architecture, which we also found in my East Coast tour. You can somewhat see the Golden Gate Bridge. Thankfully, we've got a much clearer view, and this is the view you get from the other side of the bridge. Some fun facts: when this bridge was finally constructed in 1937, it was the tallest tower and the longest suspension bridge apparently in the world. From the Golden Gate Bridge, I walked down and took a bus to the observation tower, which is apparently supposed to have very good views of San Francisco, but unfortunately it's closed because the lift is broken. Then I walked over to the Dutch Mill, about an hour walk, and yeah, that's not functioning either, so not great. And finally, I'm at Ocean Beach. From Ocean Beach, I visited a row of decked houses called the Painted Ladies, and then to Redwood Park, found beneath the tallest building in San Francisco. Following this, I went through Chinatown and Union Square to Salesforce Park, found at the top of the transit center with some great views of the financial district. Next, I headed to the coast for some nice bay views, and then took the infamous San Francisco cable car, the last manually operated cable car system in the world. I got off at Lombard Street, a very twisty road, and walked up Telegraph Hill to Coit's Tower for some amazing views of San Francisco's night-lit skyline. Finally, down to Fisherman's Wharf, where I saw sleeping sea lions, and as a reward for basically walking for 12 hours today, I bought myself a Slurpee from 7-Eleven.
It's Wednesday, the 18th of October.
And here we are at the start of the Las Vegas Strip. I headed up the strip, seeing the Luxor Casino, which has a replica sphinx and pyramid that shoots a massive laser into the sky, which my camera simply can't pick up. Followed by the New York Casino, which, as you would expect, has a Statue of Liberty replica and for some reason a roller coaster. Then as you go further north, you pass about 1 million different branded shops and billboards, followed by the more famous casinos. Paris, Las Vegas with its replica Eiffel Tower, Caesar's Palace with its Roman-inspired architecture, the Bellagio, famous for its fountain shows, the Venetian attempting to replicate the Venice canals, the Mirage Hotel with the erupting volcano which was unfortunately shut down for the impeding Formula 1 race, and of course, the newly created Sphere, a massive ball of light. So you're now at the top of the replica of the Eiffel Tower. Vegas itself is just a really weird place. At the Caesar Hotel, but strangely it's really hard to actually bet. You have to withdraw cash, convert it, blah blah blah, there's a surcharge. Couldn't really bother to do it. It's now Friday the 20th of October and you are at Grand Canyon. Specifically at Eagle Point, here is the rock that looks like an eagle, from which this point is named from. Yesterday you went to downtown LA, the original Las Vegas Strip, a strip full of entertainment, various acts, magicians, acrobats, naked men, naked women. The Grand Canyon itself is obviously a phenomenal thing to see, all the layers of rocks, the different textures, different colours. It's so big, phenomenal experience. And behind me you can see the Hoover Dam, the reason why modern Vegas even exists. Hi Adrito, it is Sunday the 22nd of October. You are now in Los Angeles, specifically at Santa Monica Beach, going through the Venice Marketplace, seeing Muscle Beach, and finally at Venice Beach where I'm channeling my inner Hank Green and eating a corn dog. Hi Adrito, it's Monday the 23rd of October, your final day in LA and your final day on this holiday. You are currently at the Urban Light exhibition in front of the Museum of Art. It's been featured in tons of videos. My personal favourites are those of Ryan Higa's, who were back in the day on YouTube. Last night you went to see Taylor Swift's Eras concert cinema version, and this morning you went to Rodeo Drive, which is famous for all the shops, etc. that it has, and in films. Now at the top of the Hollywood sign, or technically behind it, and you can see a phenomenal view behind me of Los Angeles. The perfect way to end the holiday. This holiday in general has been very relaxing. Going on all of these hikes has been very nice, from Goose Grind to Yosemite, Grand Canyon, of course, this Hollywood hike. Seeing Canada and the west coast of America, very nice places. Loads of really wealthy, established, nice areas, and then you go across the road and you see, unfortunately, homeless people, and they need to sort out their socio-economic balancing. So, AI-assisted neurosurgery, your third and final year of your PhD, the final chapter. Let's see how it goes. See you then, Adrito.